correct? 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. I'd like to call the meeting to order at 4:03. And let's see, I would like to, my fault for forgetting to put this on the agenda, amend it to include the proposals for the HVAC down at the sewer plant. We got 3 proposals. So when it's time for new business, I'd just like to add that into that category. So may I have a motion to approve the amended agenda?
So moved.
Second? Thank you, Ricky. And, okay, may I get a motion to,
You need
What?
to vote. You need to
Oh.
vote.
all in favor? Sorry,
Aye.
hasty.
I know.
Um,
Picky.
I know, thank God, you guys watch out for me. Let's see, can we get a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting on March 9th?
Sure. So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
You got a second, right?
No,
Second.
second. I'm sorry.
I'll second
I
it.
think it's my first week. I'm so sorry. Well, I saw Ricky raise his hand, so I just figured that counted. Okay.
All in favor, yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, so new business. Now we got 3 proposals from a couple of guys for the to get rid of the dinky AC unit, wall unit there, and then the wall unit for the heater, as well as the portable heaters, which probably are just burning through energy down at the sewer plant, trying to keep it warm. And I remember years ago, we tried to figure out if we could harness the hot air out of the blower side of the building, and it just became ridiculous, and it wasn't really going to do what we wanted it to do. So we sort of dropped that whole subject. However, we reached out to 3 different guys. One was JP Dunn Heating and Cooling. They're in Northfield, Connecticut, and and they all are pretty much the same, to install 2 Fujitsu units that will heat and air condition the plant building, the office area. And the first one from JP Dunn came in at $6,962. The second one came in from a company called VRF Solutions based out of New Milford, and their bid was $8,613. And the last one was L&L Mechanical up in Goshen, and their bid came in at $6,775. And initially, we were going to go with the JP Dunn, but I've had work done by L&L Mechanical, and they're very good. And the other half of them, I think the son is a plumber. So as an FYI, Lyle, if you need any plumbing work down at the plant, this is another option, as opposed to relying on other people as well. So anyway, I would like to see if there's any discussion on it, see what everybody thinks, and go from there.
It's all about reliability. And I would go with LL Meredith, is it?
LL Mechanical.
All mechanical, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the guy is very nice. They all have the same guarantees. It's a 12-year warranty on the work, and then it has a manufacturer's warranty for 12 years. All three are exactly the same thing, and all 3 require like a 50% deposit, and then the rest due upon completion. So it's not like anyone is different versus the other. I mean, you're going to pay it regardless anyway. So anyway, I would like to entertain a motion that we hire L&L Mechanical LLC to install the 2 Fujitsu units down at the sewer plant.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion at all? I mean, is there any discussion on it, or?
No.
Okay, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion approved. I will let him know. The other guy was a hurry to do it. The guy who's the most expensive, he goes, oh, I can do it for you next week. And I'm like, okay, well, we can't move that quickly, but thank you very much for your offer there. And I just lost my agenda. Where are you here? Okay, old business, Kent Town Center. Have we heard, has anybody else heard from Jane Jackson or Diane Kite at all?
I've heard from
Debbie.
Jane Jackson through
Okay.
you. I'm happy if we go with the numbers that you sent me. I assume Jane is happy with those numbers if she gave them to you.
Right?
If we go with the same interest amount, the difference is $19.06 in Jane's favor. I'll give you the $19.06 to settle this. I mean,
Okay.
my good name is worth $19.06.
All right.
Let's put it that way.
Just to let you know, I reached out to Jeff Sankowitz,
Yeah,
and he said, first of all, he was not the attorney when Kent Town Center was built, as we thought.
it was
believed
probably Grant
Grant.
Nelson.
Yep. He
Yeah,
believed it was Grant Nelson. And I said, I'm sure somewhere in a record, somewhere in the town hall, there is the original document of the agreement reached with all those guys. But the other thing that Jeff said, he said, they just have to divide it out, use, whatever ratio you give them, Debbie, is how they divide out, who pays for what percentage they pay of the public bathrooms. And that's kind of the way it works. And he said, if Jane wants to pursue this back to 2012, you can only go back 3 years. She can only question those bills up to 3 years, just to let you know. I mean, I know she was telling you she wanted to drag this back to 2012. And I just want to let you know that from, God knows what he charges per hour, but that was worth
thank
learning
you.
that that's only 3 years. So,
Thank you.
Okay.
So if I could have a motion from the commission to give in Jane's favor $19.06, I will then send her a bill. And the second part of this, or we'll make a separate motion or just approval from you, I would also like to tell her that it needs to be paid in full by the end of April, or I will turn it over to Jeff Sinkowitz for collection in May. It's enough is enough.
no, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
No, this has been since what year?
Oh, it's been years and years.
Okay.
4 years. Yeah.
Well, I remember a couple of years ago, everybody had a fit with somebody in the Kent condos one time, and he lost. And it's you're not going to win, unfortunately, when it comes to when the bills are due. That is your obligation. So.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway,
thank
all
you.
right. And will that satisfy Diane as well?
Two separate issues. I think if she wants to pursue it, she's going to have to get some sort of a legal opinion saying we're wrong.
Okay.
I sometimes get tired of trying to prove that we're always right. Just because they say we're wrong doesn't make us wrong.
No, I agree too. But I
So-
didn't know, I couldn't remember what I remember her coming in with what the bills were for the Kent Town Center as well.
Yeah,
And I didn't know, I can't remember, I didn't know if she had sent you any information as I had given you from Jane.
the last I heard, she had gone to Lori Sheasel, but I have
Okay.
not heard anything since. So I think if we haven't heard anything, it means it didn't go in their favor.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Well, that would be a nice thing to close that book on, that's for sure. Okay, so she's
Thank
all
you.
satisfied. Okay, thanks very much for doing that.
Oh.
And he, just as one more thing, he had given me this thing on, if we ever have to approach this thing with Diane, he said there's a section in the zoning on how the sewer is divided, and it's section 11.02B3. So if this should rear its ugly head again, that is the document within zoning that answers all those questions.
Okay,
Because it's based on a you know, a public building like that where there are multiple users within a building and they'll have to share things. So that is the reference point to it, okay? Just so you know. I'm sorry those two aren't here, but this way it's done. Okay, Guy Maury, I guess is,
Did we vote on anything?
I guess we have to vote to approve that Debbie is going to credit Jane $19 on
Yes.
her account and is going to do a demand in full by the end of April to clear up the back balances.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
I guess that was a motion.
Second, and then all, yes.
Okay,
Or, yes.
okay.
How do you argue what you're paying when you're not paying? I don't understand.
Her argument was that the numbers didn't match from Aquarian to the sewer. That was her argument.
I remember now.
But there were so many numbers that had been, you know, not, adjusted for. And all of a sudden, by the time you did all the math on it, she gets $19 back at the end of the day.
Not even worth the argument.
Nope, I agree. Okay, the next one is Guy Maury from 21 Bridge Street. Joyce, did you get any correspondence from him at all?
Did not. I sent him out an email last week and asked him if he still needed to be on the agenda to reach out to me, and he did not.
Okay, well, I guess there's a bit of turmoil in that building because Lisa McWilliams owns that building. And I called her today because she's a customer of mine at the restaurant, just asking her how many apartments are up there. So I'm not understanding what he's actually asking for because the property, the ownership of the property is in question. He's been served a cease and desist from zoning. So I'm not, I mean, the thing is hooked up to the sewer, but I'm not exactly sure what he's trying to do on that space, you know, and it's 2 apartments upstairs and he's trying to do construction on another half of it. I'm not sure if he's adding in a 3rd apartment. So I guess until he comes back to the sewer, I guess the building exists, but there was never a sewer permit on that space. Do we give him a bill, Debbie, do you know? It's called Engine.
Oh, yes, he gets a bill.
Okay,
Yes, definitely it's a bill and 1 apartment. I have
Okay.
only been billing him for 1 apartment. I didn't realize he had 2. Do you-
okay.
Do you want me to change or wait until this dust settles on this?
I think we gotta wait till the dust settles because the whole thing with zoning is up in the air of how many, thinking he was putting in a 3rd apartment. So,
Look, he got a zoning permit the other night to reopen the 2nd apartment,
okay,
but he didn't get any permits yet. So and that's why I did this stop and cease and
okay.
desist.
So if he has a 2nd apartment there, which has sort of always existed anyway, right?
1 has,
Well, the space exists,
okay.
but shouldn't the property owner come and get the permit for that, or it doesn't matter? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. But anyway, since he's
Well,
not here, I guess we really can't.
The title is in his name, so I would assume that they're thinking he's the property owner.
I think he and Lisa McWilliams are joint property owners, or she seems to believe she is the sole property owner, so I don't really know where he fits into this equation here. But, all right, well, he's not here. I guess it really doesn't do any good to talk about him. And then the next one, C, is 13 Locus Lane with Michael Valdes. We haven't heard from him either. Did you get any new correspondence from him, Joyce, at all, or other than what you sent him the other day?
Yeah, I just reiterated that Bart was looking for an engineered design plan, as well as planning and zoning was looking for that. So he said he would obtain that and then come back.
Okay, all right. Okay. And then the next one on the list on the agenda is regulations. And this has been such a crazy season. I forget where we are with those regulations. Did we approve it at the last meeting? I cannot remember.
Oh, no. Sorry, don't know either.
Joyce, do you have any recollection if we had approved the regulations at the last meeting, or did we need to discuss them, or? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, well, whatever happened at the last meeting, I apologize. We'll put that on we'll get more detail on it for the next meeting. And to my knowledge, there has been no public communication, either oral or written. And whatchamacallit, I really don't have much to add to what we've been up to, because it's been pretty peaceful down at the sewer plant. So I'm going to turn this over to you, Lyle, and you can fill us in on what's going on down there.
Sure. Good afternoon, everybody. 2.3 million gallons total flow for last month. That's a 76,000 gallon per day average. Of that, 1.2 million gallons came from Kent School. Our average BOD and total suspended solids removal rate are holding at 98%. And our average influent pH is still at 7.3. Jordan has enough CEUs to test when the DEP has their next licensing exam. We're hoping that that's in July. I had put on here about the quote from L&L Mechanical, which we already covered. We began clean out of the effluent beds. One is cleaned already, 2 are in use, and the 4th is drying to be cleaned. Last month we did our quarterly samples, but I don't have the results back as of yet for that. And the garage slop sink and the heater, water heater were installed. Well, I'm waiting John Gleason, which I contacted about hooking up the power to the water heater. That's basically it. We're just getting ready for spring, cleaning up storm damage and such.
Don't put that equipment yet away yet. It's supposed to snow on Friday.
I know. I heard this morning, me and Goshen, 4 to 8 inches on the grassy surface.
That's a lot.
You had that this morning?
Oh, no, it's Friday morning. We're
Oh,
supposed to get
Friday
up
morning.
then.
I was gonna say, oh my God, glad
No,
I don't
no,
live there.
I told Liz,
Okay.
I said, you put that snow shovel away last week. You should have never done that. You jinxed us.
Yeah, for sure. You're done?
Yeah, I'm all set.
Okay, thank you. Barbara,
I don't know if I have to uncover my face to share my screen or not, but I did. So can you hear me?
Yes.
This is my usual report. This is the balance sheet that shows the cash balances in the accounts a year ago and then today. You can see our septic account is up quite a bit, 65,000. The capital account is up 20,000. The operating count is down 37,000, but that's basically because I paid the balance of the belt press in the last month out of the operating account. On the liability and equity side, we actually owe the town of Kent $239,000. That's for the belt press. But as we discussed before, when we actually go out to bond for the sidewalks, we're going to roll in the debt service for the belt press, and then the town will get paid back. The next report I have is the actual versus budget. And that just gives you all the information year to date. As you can see, our income is up above what we budgeted, and that's mostly septic fees. A little bit is the sewer use charges as well. And then everything else is basically trending where it should be, with the exception of the expense for the engineering fees. Bart hasn't submitted a bill in a while.
okay.
He will at
Yep,
some
he will.
point. And then the only other thing I have is the disbursement journal. And like I said, the only thing that's the outlier here is this 56,000 that got paid. Oh, sorry. got paid off to BDP. Everything else is pretty much the same. The full expense for the electric hot water heater and the pump has been paid in 2 installments, but both in March. So that's 100% paid.
So we paid, when we gave BDP the money, we basically have given them $200,000?
A little more than that. It was
Okay.
239 that the town gave, and then 56 that came
We
out of
gave.
our own account.
Okay. So then we owe them another, do we owe them more money or we're paid?
They're paid in full.
Okay. Okay,
So I just need the board to approve this disbursement journal.
and I get someone to make a motion to, unless anybody sees anything on the journal that they have a question about, may I get somebody to make a motion to approve the disbursements for the month?
Sure, so moved.
Second,
Second,
thank you. All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Barbara, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Debbie, you're still there,
I'm
so,
still here, just, I just tell you the fourth quarter bills are going out in May. That's all I
Okay.
have to report.
okey doke. And Bart called out because he had a conflict, so if anybody has anything else to say, chime in, otherwise we can adjourn this meeting.
Nope,
All right,
all good.
meeting adjourned at 4:23 in the afternoon.
Mhm.
Not the
All right.
fastest meeting, but coming in second, I think.
Efficient.
Thank you all very much.
All right, thank
See
you.
guys next month.
Everybody.
Hopefully there'll be more people who show up for these meetings and stuff who want things. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.